Right, good morning. Just refilling the air up on the BSA. I'll put the Zulas scope back on, the 3x9. I haven't zeroed it. What I have done is put another profile on and put the coordinates in which I shot last time. So just want to see if I done that last night after the shoot yesterday afternoon. So it's been overnight and now I want to see if it's on target with the Zulas. Okay? I'm going to put some beads up, the bullseye target and a couple of beads at short range to see if the ballistics are from the Crow Puncher from the NPO3. Right, 6 beads. Six beads, about 3 different parts for a short range shooting. So I'll see you outside, okay? Right, good morning. Not sure whether you heard me when I was in the shed. My internet's off. It's been off all night and right up to it as I come out just a minute ago. So I couldn't read the comments and I couldn't answer them. But what I've done last night yesterday afternoon after I was shooting the NPO3, I took off the 3x9 scope and stuck it back on the BSA, and I just want to do a final test to see if it is the burr or not the burr in the barrel, if you understand what I mean. But as you saw yesterday, that scope is absolutely perfect on that Crow NPO3, absolutely perfect. So what we're doing today, I've got one of Kevin's targets down there, so I'll be shooting the bullseyes or the little crosses, see how accurate it is. Now yesterday I did put in the coordinates of 20 by 70, 20x 70y. That was the last, I think that was the last coordinates I changed. Anyway, let's plug myself in. Get everything ready, set up. And I've got 6 beads down here. Right, okay, I'll start recording so I don't forget. As you can see, I've got 6 beads down there. I know, the crosshair target. And at the bottom on the shelf, I've got 6 beads, and then along the grass here I've got various beads at different yardages. So, and the ballistics is for really the NPO3. Now I haven't changed the ballistics, I haven't put down the foot-pounds of this rifle, not the foot-pounds, the FPS muzzle velocity. I haven't put that in. I've left it exactly the same as the Crow Puncher NPO3. And And the pellets I'm using is the Spitfire domes. I haven't got many left, and these are all damaged. But when I shot this rifle and zeroed it, it was with the Spitfire dome, so I'm just going to use these pellets. Yeah, so I'm sorry to everybody, I haven't answered your comments. I've got no internet at the moment. I imagine the junction box down further is flooded. Whether the engineers are there, I don't know, but I imagine sometime today I'll be back on internet. Alright, where are we? So there's the cross. Safety's off. So going through the cross first, see how close we are. Very, very close. Okay, that's good. I was expecting it to go 3/4 inch over like it did before, but it hasn't. But that's only the first shot, isn't it? I can't say they're bullseyes. Well, they are bullseyes really, aren't they? But they're big. But they're going in the same hole. Well, that one did. And these are with damaged pellets. So we're coming over to this one here. So if I look at that first shot I took, that went a little bit high to the left. So I'm going to come a little bit low to the right. Hang on, my eyes just went funny. Yeah, I was pleased to get out yesterday afternoon because I was so bored sitting indoors. Right, okay. Slightly low to the right. Yeah, I think we've got more rain. I mean, that plane just went over and I couldn't even see it. And for the people that don't know, I live on a flight path. Right, that shot stood straight, so we're going to go for that pellet. And that's straight in that pellet. So the way I'm looking at this rifle now, and just took those 5 shots, it was the burr in the barrel what was making it go off 3/4 inch left or right. That's what I think. Whether I'm right or not, I don't know. As I say, these are damaged pellets, so we'll go for that hole again. Okay, that shot a little bit left, low, but even so, still in that kind of orange square. So we're going to come down to the beads. That's the first time it's unclicked itself. And you know what I done this morning? So stupid. I was going to make a cup of tea, but I ended up bringing out an empty cup. Dear me. That's how my brain's working just lately. Fancy bringing out an empty cup. Right, okay, so we're on the bead. There's that bead. Couldn't really see the crosshair then, but that's that bead gone. That's the third bead gone. That's the fourth. And I missed that one. I'll have to change the reticle, I think. Colour. Let's just change the reticle colour. Black. Okay, so I can see what I'm doing. That's the second time of doing it. Where are we? Okay, that's the fifth one gone. And now we're on the last one. That's all six. Yeah, so it's telling me it was the burr and not the scope. After shooting it yesterday afternoon, that scope was perfect, and as you can see, the scope is perfect now. Now this is going to be a quick shoot. I'm going to lower these legs down because I'm going to take the ballistics. Okay. Give me a look eye. So all we've got to do now is find these little beads. Where's your... oh, okay. There's one. Change the reticle colour again to white. Okay, so I'm going to range find that. It says 8 yards. Right, it says 8 yards, so we're coming to it. Oh, I'm not loaded. Oh, lost it now. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, 8 yards, and this ballistics is set on for the NPO3. Okay, so we see what this does. that took that out. Now I think I've got another one on the other side of that hose pipe. There it is. That's certainly in it with a crack. Right, okay, I'm going to turn the ballistics off because there's a one lower down somewhere. There it is, 5 yards. This one. Seems a little bit below. Okay, I can't remember if I'm loaded. Oh no, I'm not, am I? Oh yes, I am. Right, 5 yards. That's that gone. Oh shit, that's hard to pull back at this angle. Now, I've got another one. Of course, I'm out of reach now because of it looks like I'm out of reach now because there is another one down there, but yeah, I'm out of reach. Okay, so that was I'll have to turn the ballistics off, but you can see the ballistics even on this BSA is working well. So we're going to come up. Oh, hang on. Oh, watering can. Oh dear me, I'm too low now. Yeah, hang on. I'll have to stand this up because I can't bend my back, otherwise I'll lock up. Old injury. Right, okay, so here we are again. So there's a little circle there. Yeah, can't moan at that. I mean that is absolutely perfect. No, I wouldn't say perfect, but a 3x9 is shooting properly on this BSA, and that's in the same pellet hole. and that's also in the same pellet hole. So that's 2 in that single pellet hole. That's 3 in that single pellet hole. That's 4. And these are with damaged pellets, don't forget. That's just shot a little bit low. So that's not bad, is it? 4 shots in that pellet hole. Let's come down to this one. That shot a little bit low, but almost on that cross. And that's in that same pellet hole. That's 1 in that pellet hole. That's 2 in that pellet hole. That's 3 in that pellet hole. That's 4 in that pellet hole. That's 5 in that pellet hole. That's 6 in that pellet hole. That's 7 in that pellet hole. Almost gone now. That's 8 in that pellet hole. That's 9 in that pellet hole. That's 10 in that pellet hole. That's 11 in that pellet hole. That's 12 in that pellet hole. Last pellet. Last pellet. Will it be 13? Unlucky, I don't know. And that's 13 in that pellet hole. Now what can I say about this BSA? Absolutely accurate, and I was right when I said a little bit of barrel fault in a way of well, it was just that little bit of burr that was inside that barrel, which I polished out, and let's turn the scope off, the camera off. No, it's decocked, batteries out, off. safety's on. Yeah. So it had to be that burr in the barrel that was causing those other times I shot it to shoot 3/4 inch out, or well, left or right, because it seemed so strange that every time I shot it, it was 3/4 inch out. I mean, you can't really, well, I can't imagine that a little bit of burr in the barrel could cause that sort of effect, but it has. You just see me shoot 13 shots through one little pellet hole. You saw me shoot the beads and also the close range beads. Absolutely perfect. So there's nothing wrong with that scope whatsoever. Nothing wrong whatsoever. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, it coming up to 25 minutes. If you enjoyed the video, press that like button, leave your comments, and I'll see you later. I'm hoping I've got the internet back on so I can read the comments what you said yesterday. Of course I won't answer them because it'll be too late, and plus I've already apologised. Okay, so I'll see you later on. Bye. Right, just before we go, here's the target. There's the hot 13 pellets went through that hole. You can see this one. And if you look at the back, oh, ice lollies. That's the one with 13 pellets, all gone through that hole. See it? Very, very good. That BSA Scorpion TS, magnificent rifle for the price, very cheap really. And as I said about the scope, about this 3x9, 3x12 Zulas, there's nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong. The memory is okay. It was all to do with that barrel. Right, okay, so show you one more look at that. 13 pellets through that. So 14 pellets all told. First pellet, and then followed up with 13 other pellets. Very, very good. And you can't get much smaller than that on a group. And as I say, I don't worry about grouping. I worry about accuracy. All this grouping shit is nonsense. If the rifle's accurate, it'll do that all day long. So when you hear these people say it's not about accuracy, it's about grouping, don't take no bloody notice of them, because it's accuracy. That's what you want. You're not going to group shots on a bloody rabbit or whatever. Yeah, you're not going to take groups of shot on a rabbit's head, are you? It's accuracy. It's one single shot needs to kill it. Yeah. You know, I get fed up when I watch these videos. They say, oh, I just zeroed it in, but it's not about accuracy, it's about the grouping. And they start to shoot, it's nowhere near the aim point, and it groups somewhere over there, you know what I mean? And the amount of likes they get is far more than I get, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to show people it's not about grouping, it's about accuracy. You know, if your scope is accurate and your rifle shoots accurate, you can do that all day long. Yeah, you cannot have the odd one what misses. We all do, but on this occasion we haven't. Not one of those pellets missed that target. Anyway, I'm wrapping on. See you later. Bye. Right, okay, I've got the internet back on. I've just been reading all the comments, and I'd like to thank everybody. Melissa, Mick, Stuart, Peter, Michael, Kev, Alan, Chris, and of course Wildman, and yeah, I'd like to say thank you to everybody, and Paul. Hang on, there's just find Paul's and the coverage of the rain. Yeah, I've got diabetes. Should I be eating this? Can't help myself, you know what I mean? Oh, and Stoney. I'd like to thank everybody. Gilmo, Nigel, Nick, Sam, yeah, the list goes on. Dean, of course, Sid, another Kevin. I'm just looking for Paul's, because we had the same thought, I think. I think Paul said about be a good idea putting tomorrow. Be a good idea putting the Zulas scope back onto the oh, and Steve. Alright, okay, now Paul Urban Fox says, now put the Zulas back on the BSA and see what happens. I have doubts about the burr being the overall problem. Yeah, well done Paul, we both had the same thought, you know what I mean? But as you could see, there was no scope problem, not what I've seen today, what I've just shot. You know, we learn certain things about rifles, you know what I mean? And as he said, he had doubts about burr being an overall problem. Well, last night after doing that shoot, I also I personally didn't have doubts, but I thought to myself, I'll give it one final go and put the Zulas back on to the BSA and see how it shoots today. And it shot perfect, you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with the scope whatsoever. So it must have been down to that burr in the barrel, because I've done nothing else to it apart from polishing that bit out. Anyway, once again, I'd like to say thank you to everybody. Although I haven't answered because it's a little bit late and I've got the internet back on, so I'm just concentrating doing this video to put it up. Okay, so I'll see you later. Bye.